We were lucky enough to be given external funding by Squire, so Stroke Quality Improvement for Rehabilitation. We were given this pot of funding to help develop us from an early supported discharge to an integrated community stroke service. What this really means for the area and for our patients is that we can keep patients now for rather than just 6 weeks, we can keep them for 6 months. We're also getting more dependent patients coming to our team, so it basically means that we've opened it up for a much wider amount of patients.
I had a stroke on the 11th of June this year, and thanks to the good services from Kings Mill and the follow-up services, I'm virtually walking, and I never thought I'd get to this stage so quickly.
We've started a stroke exercise group at Kirkby. Our patients are really enjoying this. They're enjoying the exercise side of it, and they're also enjoying the social aspect of this as well.
I had a stroke 6 weeks ago, and I'm one of the very fortunate ones because I managed to be taken by ambulance to a major city hospital, and I received something called thrombolisation. So it was, they busted the clot.
Everybody has different goals and different needs. So this could mean that they have intensive therapy at home, they could be involved in our exercise group, or they could be supported at a distance via the telephone if they just need some support and advice.
If it hadn't been for the team here, I would have been left high and dry at home for 6 weeks with not knowing who to talk to, where to go, or who I could ring for help. And I have had the occasion to ring for help, and they've responded within a few minutes.
My role is to offer patients and their families and carers advice and support through the stroke journey. This can be via telephone call, face-to-face home visits in patients' homes, and also here at the exercise group. We also offer advice on stroke prevention and lifestyle changes, and can offer blood pressure checks here within the group.
Prior to gaining the external funding from Squire, we were an early supported discharge team. This meant that we had certain criteria that patients had to meet to be eligible for our team. One of these being that they had to be within 30 days of having a stroke, which made it difficult for some patients to access the team. It also meant that we could only keep people for 6 weeks.
I understand that I have this support in place for six whole months. I've used 6 weeks of it and I feel better for it, and I can see that in 6 months' time I hope that I'll be feeling better, and I'll miss it. I'm sure I'll miss it, but believe me, I will come for 6 months. For as long as they'll have me, I shall come.
Now we're able to keep patients for up to 6 months. It gives us a much more valuable amount of time to be able to work with them. When we were an early supported discharge team, we didn't get such dependent patients onto our team. They were able to transfer either independently or with one. Now we're able to have patients that are able to transfer with 2 people, so this means that we are getting the more dependent people. Our hope is in the future that we're able to open up this team to all stroke patients that have rehabilitation needs. We're also offering 6-month reviews to all of our patients, which is in all of the stroke guidelines, and that seems to be going really well.
It's a very important part of my life, and I never believed that I would ever think that I would need other people to support me, and I have taken support from everyone that I have met. I have had a physiotherapist, an occupational therapist. I've had numerous telephone calls. The nurse, the stroke nurse, has been so invaluable. I do not know how I would have managed this last 6 weeks without her. In fact, I could cry with, she has been so supportive.
So we're hoping that in the future we'll be able to develop into a full integrated community stroke service. This will mean that all stroke patients that have got rehabilitation needs will be able to come to our team.